So I feel a little out of place. I'm a nerd from Seattle, and I've worked around some great brands over the years, but where I really enjoy focusing is where technology can make consumer life and businesses better, and that it doesn't have to be something really, really complex, but sewing together technology where you see consumer behaviors moving and where businesses are moving. So what we're going to talk about tonight is how do you reach those customers when I started my company, which I'll tell you a little bit about later, but it's more important that we get to share ideas and get a company pitch for me, is 3 years ago, if you look at Oprah Winfrey, her viewership was going down 7 years in a row. Soap operas were going off the air. More and more people were online, and I thought, wow, what an interesting time. How do you reach that shopper? She's not in the mall, she's not watching TV. I mean, obviously she was moving online, but how do you have those customer moments that, you were so well trained in, through the 90s and the biz school, the customer moment and whatnot. And then you dovetail that with display advertising. It's effective 1% of the time. Or search, it's about 3%. And that's only good if you know what you're looking for. So, I'm crazy about chocolate or whatever, like you don't know. So the opportunity to drive product discovery and demand creation and to leverage metrics, the internet has brought that to us. And so I find that a really fascinating space, and I look forward to hearing what you have to say about it as we go forward. So I think, if you think about what do you feel like when you're on your computer, the problem is it doesn't smell like a human. You don't get that, welcome to my store, have a good look around, right? And so we're learning really as a society and as a business group, how do we bring that? Whether when you sign in or, good to see you, welcome back, those little moments, and there's thousands of those things that we can do to make consumers feel good, and then those that convert and become customers. So, what some of the points on this slide is you're not going to learn anything new from that. It's how do we achieve this? So you want people to feel like they're having a real interaction with another human. That's not 100% possible, but you could get darn close. You could show that you're paying attention and noticing their likes and preferences. You could respond to their feedback. I mean, it's fascinating when you see someone take to Facebook. I had a bad customer experience the other day. They post it, and it's addressed, and it gets attention. I mean, the consumer union, the consumers are the most informed they've ever been, and they have the voice. So it's quite fascinating to see what can happen. I remember about 2 years ago when we started talking to some of the beauty brands, particularly the more mature, very old ones, and they said, well, product reviews and whatnot, what if someone says something negative? And we said, what if? They will. And so it's your opportunity to be there and correct it, or say, wow, maybe this product wasn't a good fit for you. How can I fix it for you? So what are some of the things that can make a customer or consumer feel valued online? And if you can, even just think about yourself. Do you feel a targeted email is helpful? What is the periodicity of how many emails? I mean, I get some emails, I'm like, oh, 3 in one day? Are you serious? Like, how do people get their job done? And I see it, and I mean, I know you can say, well, that account, my personal Yahoo account takes the marketing messages and this and that. We all have our own little systems, but it still takes your focus away for a minute. And that's when I think, oh, if I was 20, I'd probably be okay with the multitasking. But so anyways, do display ads resonate with you? Ads, the third bullet of my line is, ads that haunt you after you've done a search. And so my example is, we just had saved up and treated my family, my husband and I and our 2 little girls, we went to Atlantis, that big resort in the Bahamas. And I booked the trip back in August. Since August, I've had Atlantis ads pop up nonstop, and I'm like, stop it, like stop haunting me. So, they didn't know that I converted, because that's hard to know that I did that, and that's another ball of wax, which we'll talk about later. Obviously product giveaways and whatnot, and also, feeling rewarded for your time. So I think you do feel valued when people ask you, what did you think? And you see the rise of product reviews, you see the strength of that on Amazon. So anyways, those are a bunch of ways.